Hey everybody, we've got more news to talk about. Walmart stores closing down largely because of theft. And nobody here watching this channel is surprised by this. If you are surprised, you probably haven't been watching this channel because we told you that theft was going to drastically increase the worse things get financially for the U.S. population, specifically the lower and the middle class. Out of the sun, Walmart confirms it's closing more stores. CEO issued warning over more shutdowns amid rise in self-checkout thefts. So self-checkout, that's a disaster in itself. But there's also another component here that I don't think is being discussed too much, and that's the dire situation for the average U.S. consumer. Record levels of debt in every country where we've seen these economic situations arise, economic collapses, hyperinflation. We've also seen a rise in crime. The two go hand in hand, right? Of course, self-checkouts are a big problem. So people can scan a few things, and I guess you're less likely to be looked at as a shoplifter if you're at least buying some items versus someone that just walks through the store and just leaves without buying anything. But the self-checkouts give people kind of a way out. They could say, "Oh, I heard a beep. I ran it across the scanner. I heard a beep. I thought it added to my total. Sorry." So if they do get stopped, that's the story they can come up with. So I think it does motivate a lot of people to not pay for items when you have this self checkout. But let's get into this article here out of the Sun here. More Walmart's closing, and there's going to be a lot more ahead. 3 additional Walmart locations will be closing, including ones in Chicago, Illinois. The director of corporate operations said these stores did not meet financial expectations. CEO also chimed in, quote, "Theft is an issue. It's higher than what it has been historically. If these issues aren't addressed, prices will be higher and more stores will have to close," unquote. And again, no one here is surprised by this. We saw this back in the fall where certain locations were closing down. But JJ, you said that Walmart's going to be uh, busier now because people that can't afford Target are going to go to Walmart. They're downsizing or they're downgrading their shopping. People that can no longer afford Nordstrom's and Macy's are now going to go buy clothes at Walmart. Not all of them, and that is true. We have seen Walmart get a lot more business, but just because business is doing better overall for a retailer doesn't mean that every location is going to be doing better. In fact, you could have more sales but more theft also. So if your sales increase by 20%, that's a good thing. But what if thefts at that same location increased 30%? So you have a problem there as a retailer. So yes, business may be doing better for Walmart overall, but some locations not. And the theft is really starting to ramp up. And they're warning of more closures. In fact, this article points out several locations across Georgia have been dealing with the same problem. Also, the shoppers that were shoplifting at these locations that are going to be closing down, they're likely going to go to the next nearest location. Sure, they're going to spend a few extra dollars in gas, but if they can get free stuff, they're going to drive to the next location. So is this going to be a domino effect? So now you're going to see these other locations see more theft now because the people that used to shop at the locations that are closing are going to go to the next one. So we're going to see an increase or a chain reaction in more of these stores closing because of rising thefts. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. There's a song for this. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, so let's bring a little fun into it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Closing time. Close up all your doors and go to the next Walmart. Closing time. All right, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Please let me know what you think down in the comments about the closure of these Walmarts because of thefts. Is it all about self-checkout, or is there a major economic component? If you just think it's about self-checkout, ask yourself this. Self-checkout's been around for a long time. I have to think back maybe even 7 or 8 years. I remember the stores around me here in my area having self-checkout, but we're only now seeing this huge uptick in announcements of store closures because of rising theft. So if you think it's just about self-checkout, maybe ask yourself that question. There's an economic component here. Also, why in other countries that we've seen economic turmoil unfold, in all those other countries, we see a big uptick in crime and theft. Also, speaking of crime and theft, we have two major car makes that a lot of insurance companies are no longer going to be insuring, and that's Kia and Hyundai, right? So Kia and Hyundai have been around for decades, but only recently we've seen a big uptick in thefts, enough to make insurance companies no longer want to insure Kia and Hyundai. Not all companies, but several companies announced they're no longer going to insure Kias and Hyundais because of the big uptick in theft. Again, coincidence, or are we headed into some major financial turmoil? And these are just signs and symptoms of the turmoil. Please let me know down in the comments. And last but not least, we're going to wrap this up with a few thank yous and shout outs for people supporting this channel. You all support me just for being here, for subscribing, for hitting the like button, but especially thank you to the following people. Sassy, thank you for your nice support, donation, tip jar, whatever you want to call it. What's it called again? Super thanks. Thank you for the super thanks. Mike S., thank you for the support and the super thanks. Maria Rivero, thank you for the support and the super thanks. Christopher Quinn, thank you for the support and super thanks. DJ Jojo, thank you. Also, WYT Emma, thank you very much. You guys are the lifeblood of this channel. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again here soon. Bye, everybody.